then convicted unwanted sexual activities.
Stand by.
There's a story about this man too. He led the attack on Pearl Harbor but died a Christian missionary on December 7, 1941. Captain Mitsuo Fuchida flew the lead plane against Pearl Harbor, shouting the famous code, Tora, Tora, Tora. He hated America. But after the war, he met a former American POW, Jacob DeSager, who had returned to Japan not to punish him, but to preach the gospel. Shocked by this forgiveness, Fuchida bought a Bible and converted to Christianity in 1950. The man who started the Pacific War spent the rest of his life touring the U.S. and Japan preaching, quote, I was a follower of the sword, now I'm a follower of the cross. Amazing. Nearly 5 years after pipe bombs were discovered outside the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee in Washington, D.C., a suspect has been arrested in the case. On Thursday, federal agents arrested Brian Cole Jr., 30 of Woodbridge, Virginia, and he was charged with transportation of explosive devices, blah, 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 blah. But on Friday, legacy media outlets began reporting that Cole, this young black man right here, was a Trump supporter. And I'm not saying he's not because he's black. I'm just saying there's other evidence that might support the fact that he's not a Trump supporter. But we'll get to that. Quote, Brian Cole worked for a bail bonds company run by his father that worked to free illegal immigrants from ICE facilities and sued the Trump administration's Department of Homeland Security. He worked for his dad. They tried to free illegal immigrants. Interesting. Yes, I know every Trump supporter, every black supporter, Trump supporter, would be quick to hire Benjamin Crump, who represented the family of Trayvon Martin, attempting to sic the Biden administration Department of Justice on a local Tennessee prosecutor who had raised concerns about the bail bond companies. We'll find out eventually that this guy had wanted nothing to do with that.
Ding, how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, ding dong, that is the song. Ding, drove a ring, dong, caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound. Oh, hail and beer, telling their tones. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, ding dong, that is the song. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, ding dong, that is the song. Ding, drove a ring, dong, caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound. Oh, hail and beer, telling their tones. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 that is the song. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home. On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home. Ding dong, ding dong, dong.
Ding president, ding president, ding president, ding president. I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run. I work at Burger King, I make flavor whoppers, wear a paper hat. Do you want an apple pie with that? Do you want an apple pie with that? Ding president, ding president, ding president, ding president, ding. Fries are done. What? Look, I'm standing out here in the cold. You guys are all inside. I'm out here freezing my, you know what, off. Really?
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only PDawgKnight.
Well, hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight, needing a cough drop on the internet. And welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel, where apparently I didn't see any of the news last night, but apparently some documents have been dropped. You know, those documents. You know what we're talking about. And me, caring very little about the documents and more concerned about perp walks, thus the title of the show. There's a whole lot of questions I have, and they're not going to be answered today because I haven't had a chance to look at any of this stuff. But it is trending topic, so plenty of people on the left, a lot of shills are out there talking about it. Don't see a whole lot of people on the right talking about it, though. But maybe because we haven't seen enough yet. We'll see. But I will look at what some people are saying. Plus, there's a lot of other stuff going on. I mean, there's good news too. Well, I think that's good news anyway. But anyway, but may not be so good for the guy at the top. I don't know. We'll see. There's some conflicting things in there, so we'll get to it. But anyway, let's get the show started because I'm late. First in the chat today, Somnambul Nation getting the bell. Good morning. How you doing? Echo. Oh, what's the echo? There's an echo at the beginning? I wonder what that was. Is anyone else? Well, let me scroll down here. Anyone else hearing an echo? Or was it just Somnambul Nation? I don't know. Anyway, also, good morning, Avocado Stably. And my other favorite Canadian, Unacceptable Views, Green Badger Outdoors is here. Skello08, aka Midnight. Maniac Man, what's up? Special can acid on the honorable mention list of all my favorite Canadians. Mike Savage, Blarg, Jesse Leon is back again. Nice to have you. Louis is here. What up, Louis? Good to see you. Louis. And Blue Scream is in the house too. Darren Root, how you doing? I said special can acid. Selected Boys here.
Yeah, boy.
And Attack Alpaca. So, good to have you all here. Oh, what did I do there? I guess the show started. Let me figure this out here. Okay, so there's 13 people. When I start this late and I don't even let the countdown go, there's fewer people, but hopefully more people show up. We'll see. Let's thank the people sharing the stream, who I appreciate immensely. I know there's 10 things here. Why isn't that working? Okay, there we go. Show today. Yes, there is a show today. I'm just that late, Mike. I'm glad you were asking. The really good stuff. Oh, anyway. So thank you, Somnambul Nation, sharing the stream. I am reposting as we speak. Green Badger Outdoors, thank you for liking it. Somnambul Nation on the Let's Go. You call it OCD. I call it putting things back where it belongs. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I was better at that. Hello, Anil N and Anon 1, 2, 3. Thank you for being here. Also, Somnambul Nation reposting the show. You still have a chance to do that. Click the link up over here, wherever it is, somewhere there, or it might be down there if you're on a phone or whatever. Also, and there we go, Green Badger with our daily, a refueling flight of a bomber. It looks like. There we go, and CG reposting the tweet, and let's see, and then a couple more. Oh, and there's Trump Claus driving the sleigh. Let's go. Way to go, CG. All right. So thank you everyone sharing the stream. Okay, it's time. I'm gonna grab my Ricola. I could just do it with my coffee. I have my Karuba coffee from Quick Trip. That's with a K, KWIK Trip. That's the Wisconsin version, not the Iowa and other southern, places south of Minnesota, QUIK, which is sacrilege in Minnesota. We prefer Quick Trips, not Super America, it used to be Super America, Speedways, and Casey's General Store, which actually has the best breakfast pizza anywhere. You posted for your mom. Is your mom here? I didn't see your mom here. Anyway, Miss Wild Wolf, I know you're here somewhere. You're probably listening. Why do I keep getting notifications on my phone? What the hell's going on here? Nothing. Okay. That's weird. So I hope you're all having. Wait a minute. It's Quick Trip, QWIK trip. Well, I said Quick Trip with the K. What did I say? QUIK? It's KWIK. You're right. That's the Iowa kind of Quick Trip. Well, Quick Trip is very spanned out very far from Iowa South. I don't know where it started, but Casey's General Store started in Iowa. They used to be they were kind of the Walmart of what do you call it? They're kind of the Walmart of convenience stores. They used to only put Casey's in small towns. They started in Iowa. They were in all these small towns, and now they're all over the place in the Midwest. And they have great breakfast pizza. Yeah, Quick Trips are everywhere except for Minnesota. But the KWIK Quick Trip is based out of Wisconsin, and they're kind of like they're a convenience store. They're kind of like a miniature Buc-ee's because you can buy groceries there. Kind of you can get potatoes and chicken and sausage and whatever, and bananas, all really cheap for some reason, and eggs. But then they have your normal convenience store. But then their food set selection is pretty good too. They have really good fried chicken at Quick Trip with a K. So anyway, what was it? There was some article on the best convenience store food in all 50 states. And I do remember that Casey General Store's breakfast pizza was on there. And then there was, I think Quick Trip might have had their fried chicken on there. But we're still waiting for the Buc-ee's to open down just in, it's going to be about an hour and a half south of here, on the other side of the river, because it's in Wisconsin. And I'm still looking forward to traveling to Buc-ee's just to see if what they say about Buc-ee's brisket is true, because people say they do a pretty good brisket there. So we'll see what happens. All right. I only buy gas station sushi. I like living dangerously. It's funny. The gas station sushi that you get here, there's only a couple places that carry it anymore, but you get it, they'll have it at the grocery store. But I know where they produce it here. There's a place in my town that produces all the packaged sushi. It comes in a little box and you get whatever. But you just got to make sure you look at the date on it, because you don't want it to be more than definitely not more than 48 hours old. But it's because of the rice. The rice can kill you. So if you're getting gas station sushi, make sure it's within 24 hours fresh, because refrigerated rice is very dangerous. I only learned that recently, that you should not, if you don't use up all your white rice, don't put it in the refrigerator and save it for later. Just throw it away, make some new rice. Rice is cheap still, and there you go. Without doxing myself too much, I've never been to a Buc-ee's, Quick Trip, or In-N-Out, amongst other places. Well, and In-N-Out's strictly burgers, so if you know sushi like I know sushi, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. All right, should we start the show? Should we start talking about some newsy stuff? Christmas is still trending because, it's Christmas week. And I was curious it's not even Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, right? Is that what it is today? Today is Christmas Eve. And so here's a post that I didn't even read yet. Christmas, and I'm going to make this its own little thingy there. Christmas Eve brings holiday cheer and creativity to X, the app formerly known as Twitter. What? Marty, I posted on my mom's X. Okay. Oh, your show. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, did you? Hang on a second here. Let me go back here. Where's my notifications? Did you? I didn't see it. Well, it's got to be here somewhere. Maybe I refresh. Let me try refreshing. Thank you for doing that midnight, especially, by the way. Wait, tomorrow is Christmas. Yes, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, Selected Boy. Isn't that it sneaks up on you, but it's the same time every year, just FYI. So, on December 23rd, known playfully as Christmas Eve Eve, users posted everything from Cat Turd's simple good morning that drew excuse me. God, now that's because I got coffee down the wrong pipe. Come on, Marty, what are you doing? From Cat Turd's simple good morning that drew festive replies to Katie's photo of a lone figure on a snow-dusted path, anime fans shone with illustrations of Santa-inspired characters like a girl with a snowman and a reindeer-eared figure. I hope that wasn't a euphemism. And a rainbow-eared figure in red tights, with Zara Larson joined in with a chaotic group of snap of friends in pink Santa hats. From New York City's frosty streets to Arkansas mornings, the global mix of real-life moments, creative art, and heartfelt hellos captured the excitement building towards the big day. Wow, that's pretty dramatic for Grok to write. Did Grok write that shit? This summary story I posted at X may evolve time. Grok can't make this. Grok, yeah, that's pretty dramatic from Grok. But anyway, so people celebrating Christmas Eve, including this young anime lady with a snowball or mini snowman duck or something like that, whatever. And happy Christmas Eve from Phoebe on Friends. You can I should probably not scroll too fast. This is safe still, but it's why? Okay, I'm scroll. What's with the anime? I still don't quite understand the whole anime thing. I don't know. And this is some kids in pink hats and just people just celebrating Christmas Eve. And I got to be very careful. And see there, Morning X, Christmas Eve with 456 replies. I don't know why that guy's so popular. He's kind of, December 26th. Okay, AD. You don't have enough room for all the Eves. That's not funny. So yeah. Oh, there's a young lady in a, also what's wild is some of the risque anime. I just don't understand. I'm just did that so I could scroll faster to see if I could find one decent thing for Christmas Eve like that. See, is that it? The hell is that? Anyway, lots of anime shit for Christmas Eve, and I just want to find a human. Just one human that's fully clothed. It would be great. And all I'm finding is anime. Oh, here's one. This is cute. This lady wrapped herself as a present. Aw, how cute. How cute. Kind of. Okay, whatever. All right, so enough about that. Also, I just reposted that. And then also, apparently, Festivus starts today. You ever know about Festivus from the fictitious holiday that now has kind of become a holiday from the Seinfeld show? Today is the most festive day of the Christmas holiday season. It's Happy Festivus for the rest of us. So for those who celebrate, there's the, what is that? The Festivus poll and and you'd have the airing of grievances. My favorite Seinfeld Estivo is the strike, Festivus for the rest of us, Frank Costanza, the aluminum pole, feats of strength, and the legendary human fund. Money for people. Perfect holiday episode with zero cheer and all laughs. Feats of strength. My feat of strength is talking with this cold cough, with the cough. What do you call these? Cough drop, cough suppressant drops by Ricola. How many of you? Okay, just a show of hands, like just put a 1 in the chat if you were familiar with Ricola before I started eating these on the show. All right, other holidays today. Let's make this so you can see it. National Christmas Movie Marathon Day. Wow, some people actually have to work. Assholes, whoever thought of that one. I'm working up until probably 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And then there you go. Festivus Celebrate the holiday season with Festivus, an unconventional alternative to traditional festivities. Get ready for the airing of grievances. And then National Laura Day. Oh, my wife. I should tell her it's National Laura Day. Hello, Renee Mayette. It's National Laura Day. I didn't know that. I should let me text my wife real quick. Let's see, where is she at? There, she's right there, because I text her quite a bit. Happy National Laura Day. Love you. There we go. Happy National Laura Day to my lovely Laura. It's also the National Nicole Day, but I don't know anyone named Nicole. Wait, I do. One of my daughter's friends is named Nicole. I wonder if Nicki Minaj's first name is actually Nicole. But then, the song would be a lot different if it was, I knew a girl named Nicole. I guess you should say she was 6 feet. Anyway, National Roots Day. Honor your heritage and explore your family roots. On National Roots Day, I guess, you talk about your family tree. National Forest Day, not the trees and, bunnies and deer, but if your name is Forest. Happy birthday. It's the birthday of Emperor Akihito. Honor his legacy today. And then Kisandiwas, which is something to do with Indian people. We're talking call center, not casinos. Okay, moving on. Things that are happening in the world. Yeah, the Japanese emperor. That's Akihito. From the AAA stream. Oh, so few of you knew about Ricola. They had those ads. Ricola. Midnight, why are you yelling at me? Hello, Blue-Eyed Scream, by the way. Why are you yelling at me? Oh, you wanted me to show that well, why the hell is it? Here we go. There we go. There's the is that what you're trying to get my attention for? Replying to Ms. Wildwolf, PDawgKnight. You're yelling at me, but with an at. Oh, I see. Wait, what? What the hell happened? Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry. There's mentioning the stream there. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you, dear, for doing that. That's awesome. All right. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? Remember to mock the Brit on his birthday. What Brit are you talking about? I'm not sure. It didn't show up, by the way, it didn't show up my notifications at first because there was no at of me, but then you did the at of me and then it showed up all of a sudden. All right, let's talk about news, things that are happening in the world. The economy grew at 4.3% in the third quarter, beating forecasts significantly by a full percentage point. The Bureau of Economic Analysis reported that the 4.3 annualized growth on Tuesday, that's the GDP, beating economists' forecasts at 3.3%, and the prior quarter's 3.8% pace. Consumer spending jumped 3.5% to drive most of the expansion, with exports and government outlays helping offset weaker investment. Crypto observers saw a strong print as bearish for rate cuts, while inflation stayed steady at 2.9%. Stock futures dipped, and Bitcoin held volatile near highs. So inflation's still below 3%, but not quite close to the 2% thing that the Fed likes to use before they cut rates. So and the economy grew a little more stronger than anyone expected. Here, breaking, U.S. GDP growth surges to 4.3%, the strongest growth since quarter four of 2023. And the people were happy with this, especially breaking. U.S. GDP destroyed expectations. Let's see how this is that guy from CNBC who gets really excited about everything, good or bad.
GDP, second time around the block, delayed. Third quarter numbers, we're looking for 3.3. Zoom, zoom, zoom. 4.3%.
Let's go back to my room. We can do it all night. You can make me feel right. Wait.
But on the surface, this would be.
I know that song isn't zoom, zoom, zoom. But who remembers that song? Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. I should have been probably singing that when we have minors. And well, Skelly, you're 18. No, you're 17. I can't sing that song when you're around. Don't pay attention to me. Okay, so anyway, there's some excitement in the air over that. Inflation is declining, growth is accelerating. Fantastic combo. 2026 is set up for a phenomenal economic year. We'll see. We'll see. That inflation number still is slightly. Oh, now this one says down. Inflation down to 2.7%. They got to make up their minds. But the highest economic growth in 2 years. Certainly. Probably spurred a little bit by holiday shopping, but if you got, if it's the first time in 2 years that it's been that high, then holiday shopping last year didn't do the same thing. LOL, that song will be stuck in my head now. Oh, and good. Midnight wasn't even here. Yeah, that song is hilarious. That's definitely 80s dance club shit. Or was that in the 90s? I can't remember. That might have been in the 90s. 90s dance club stuff. But back when you can have songs like that, I don't think they're allowed. Well, you're allowed to have songs like that, but now it can only be in rap songs. So anyway. All right, other things that are trending. Avengers Doomsday. A new Avengers movie seems to be coming out. And apparently, Chris Evans is coming back as Steve Rogers in that. Now, if you're an Avengers fan from the Marvel movie, Marvel Universe era, Marvel Studios released the first 80-second teaser for Avengers Doomsday set for December 18th. What? Set for December 18th, 2026. I was going to say, it's already past December. You mean it's going to take him a year before to release this movie? Holy shit. Anyway, showing Evans as a clean-shaven Steve Rogers enjoying family moments with his vibranium shield nearby. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, this film stars Robert Downey Jr. not as Iron Man, but as Dr. Doom. Alongside Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Anthony Mackie as the new Captain America. Well, he might just get displaced. And Vanessa Kirby as Susan Storm. Oh, like Storm, like Fantastic Four Storm? Interesting. The Russos called Rogers the character that changed our lives, highlighting his key role in Phase 6 multiversal threat after the title shift from the Kang Dynasty. So they changed the name of the movie. It's going to be called the Kang Dynasty. We'll see what happens. The whole superhero genre has kind of been slipping a little bit lately, especially, well, the DC ones were always slipping as far as I'm concerned. I didn't like any of the DC superhero movies except for was Batman Begins the one that Heath Ledger played the Joker? That one I thought was good. I don't remember which one that was, but that one was good. There was a couple Batman movies that were good. I thought Aquaman was dull. And what's weird about, okay, is it just me? And I don't know why I'm getting off on this topic, but is it just me? Or did all the DC movies have kind of a dark thing to them? They're all kind of dark. Even the whole thing was dark, where the Marvel movies were very colorful and, vibrant. And I don't know. All the superhero movies were slipping a long time ago. Yeah, they kind of were. Yes, DC are all dark. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know if I like that. Like all of them, all the Batmans, even Flash was dark. And I just didn't like it. Anyway. All right, so that's news, I guess. Also, sad day in the gaming world. And this is one game that when my son got this game, I actually enjoyed playing it. I'm not a big gamer, but I did enjoy playing Call of Duty with my son. But this is like back when like Call of Duty came out, because this is a long time ago. But even the subsequent ones. But apparently, Call of Duty co-creator Vince Zampella has died in a car crash. California Highway Patrol says Zampella was driving near Los Angeles around 1 p.m. Sunday when the crash killed him at the scene. One passenger was ejected and later died in a hospital. Zampella co-founded Infinity Ward, launched Call of Duty in 2003, and later created Respawn Entertainment hits like Titanfall, Apex Legends, Star Wars Jedi games. Tributes poured from the studios like Respawn, which called him a Titan, and friends like Jeffrey Keighley and Hideo Kojima, who remembered his bold creativity and personal support. So, a sad day in the gaming world. Rest in peace, Vince Zampella. So, there you go. Who makes a game about having to take a shit, though? What? I've never heard of that one. Should have taken a Waymo. Yeah, I'm curious. If you're ejected from the car, the passenger, that passenger wasn't wearing a seatbelt, but what the hell? Was this like a crazy, were they driving too fast? Maybe, oh shit. Was that it? Holy shit. I'm not going to show that again. That's what happened. He was driving out of a tunnel as Ferrari. That was the actual accident? Oh, wait. Well, if the story is true, this is AI generated video. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't even want to see that. But yeah, he came out of a tunnel, lost control of his Ferrari and crashed, and now he's no longer with us. So kind of sad day in the gaming world. Definitely one of the better game series that have come out in the last 25 years, 30 years, whatever. 30 years. That game came out 22 years ago. Holy shit. I suppose, yeah, that's when my son got. Okay, yeah, that's wild. Okay, moving on. Other things. The Starbucks baristas are still striking. And in fact, according to this article, Starbucks baristas escalate strike with headquarter picket and boycott call. Thousands of unionized Starbucks baristas at over 180 stores in 130 cities launched an unfair labor practice strike on November 13th, now in its second month, accusing the company of stalling negotiations, firing supporters, and ignoring over 125 violations this year. They demand living wages, reliable scheduling, better staffing, and fair contracts after talks broke down with no first-year raises offered. Representative Pramila Jayapal, the Chin, joined Seattle pickets, spotlighting CEO Brian Nichols' $96 million payout against baristas' median $14,600 annual pay. Well, look, you own a company that has 800 stores around the world. The fact that he made $96 million doesn't bother me that his baristas make, because most of those baristas are part-timers. You know what? I don't know why you compare the owner of the company's salary to the people who are working. If it doesn't work out in the long run, then the company won't be there any longer. And maybe that's going to be the case of Starbucks. But I don't understand. I don't get it. Look, when you have something that you can, hello Sheograth, by the way, and Lord Stanhope, it's coffee. I can walk upstairs, drop some grounds into my little plastic Keurig cup, drop it in my Keurig, and press a button and make coffee. It's not rocket science, and not every job has to be a job that will put you through college or a living wage. If you don't want to work that job that doesn't have a living wage, get another job. Okay? Now, that's kind of what the Starbucks workers are doing. I don't even know that I'm upset that they're striking, but it just seems weird to me. I worked jobs when I was young that were basically, to help me make money when I was in school, or, everyone expects to have every job be able to have you buy a house and a car and have 2 kittens. And it's just not how life works. If you want to make more money, go work somewhere else that pays more. Get a skill. Starbucks coffee is shite anyway. Yeah, that's true too. I avoid Starbucks. When I go anywhere, like there's a chain here in Minnesota, started in Minnesota, called Caribou Coffee. Pretty good. They're really into the really super sweet drinks though, and I'm not really into that. I just like coffee, ask for it by name. Coffee, ask for it by name, right? But you know what? If you want to go, I don't go to Starbucks just because I just don't think it's that great. I always, if I go to another town, I'll say, hey, what's the best local coffee shop? Because I like supporting local businesses, and it might even cost a little more. Oh, you missed gas, sugar. I think you know Caribou. That's right. You Blue Light Scream. I use my French press. So anyway, the Chin Jayapal here. She is at the Seattle Starbucks strike. Excuse me.
I mean, the guy earned $94 million, $96 million, excuse me.
So, Siri, how many Starbucks locations are there in the United States?
As of November 2022, the company had 35,711 stores in 80 countries, 50,873 of which were located in the United States. Of Starbucks US-based stores, over 8,900 are company-operated, while the remainder are licensed.
35,711 Starbucks around the world. 15,000 in the United States alone. You grow a company that has 35,000 locations, you're going to make a lot of money. But not each location makes that much money. That's amazing. What'd she say now?
$96 million in just 4 months.
Okay.
$96 million in 4 months. That's 6,666 times what the average barista earns. And that is more than enough to settle the contract. There is plenty of money to go around for that Las Vegas managers convention. There's plenty of money to give 4 months salary that equals 6,666 times the average Starbucks barista. But there's not enough money to give you a fair contract so that you can afford your health care, so that you can
So they're striking 180 stores out of 35,000. What would you do if you were the CEO? By the way, that 96 million she's saying that she could pay to the baristas, yeah, that'd work out to about $4,000 per employee. Somebody did the math there. By the way, what's this one? Oh, here's someone. What's this guy saying?
Hi, my name is Yari.
Hi, Yari.
Pronouns he, she, they.
Oh, he, she, they.
I've been a barista with Starbucks for about 2.5 years. I am out here because I am sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I haven't been to a grocery store in months.
Yari.
I'm surviving off of 99-cent iced tea and spaghetti and meatballs from a can. And
where did you buy it though? Where'd you buy that? You're buying tea and spaghetti and can. Didn't you go to where'd you buy it? At like Quick Trip? Hi, Jen T. What's up? Flying that proud Canada flaggy thing there. That is it. Yeah, it is. It didn't look like a maple leaf in the Abbey though.
My convenience store next to my house because that is what I can afford. Brian Nickel made $96 million in 4 months last year. And here I am struggling to get by. I'm tired of not having a livable wage.
Brian Nichols is in charge of 35,000 stores worldwide. You empty garbage cans at one location. I understand people wanting to make more money and stuff. Well, find a way to earn more money then. And if it works out for you guys, the strike, if it works out for you, great, but it might not. And comparing your salary at the one store where you empty garbage cans to someone running a company with 34,999 other stores, I'm not sure what your beef is. I really don't. Anyway,
I'm tired of surviving. I want to live. I'm tired of an understaffed store.
Go work at UPS part-time. You'll make more working part-time at UPS than you will working full-time at Starbucks. I'm just saying. Go do some labor then. Go do something else. It's not like, I don't think Starbucks, or even fast food jobs like that are necessarily meant to be, usually there's supplemental job, there's jobs for people with no skills. And once you get some skills, go do something else. It doesn't make sense to complain about it.
There's like 6 stations and only 2 people on the floor. That is not possible. We are only human. We're not machines.
Okay, you have staffing problems. So that probably is an issue for Starbucks, saying, we have staffing problems and we're not making money at the store. Well, then maybe they close the store. And again, it'll end up working out.
Of not being able to turn off mobiles. And then
seasonal UPS, it's more of a workout than a job. In fact, we have T-shirts at UPS that what is it called? The UPS like health club or something like that, where it's lifting weights. Because it is a job. It is work. Depending on what you do at UPS. Hello, Gunfox. What's up, brother?
Tired of getting upset that we're backed up on bar. Like, it would all be so much better if we were under contract. And
why would it be better? Is your staffing going to be better if you're under contract? Like, how can you force people to come work at Starbucks? I don't know. Again, it's people making coffee and, selling pastries and stuff. It's a job. This pronoun barista is sick of living paycheck to paycheck and it's protesting Starbucks for higher wages. You pour coffee for a living. You really want more pay? Yeah, I don't know. There are people who work at Starbucks for a reason. They're just making some extra money, or maybe it's a second job in the family or whatever. I don't think you make a living working at a fast food restaurant or Starbucks unless you're in management. Eventually you do. So anyway, so there you go. That's Starbucks is still trending. A couple other, well, here, let me check. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Doggone it. Don't do that. Okay, we'll fix that. Also, thank you, Reaction on Puerto Rico and Simon Wilkins sharing the show. I'm trying to repost these as fast as I can. Speaking of coffee, there's Simon Wilkins' contribution. Where is this? Something doing burrito tacos. See, now look, a whole thermos full of coffee. Or maybe, you're doing the tea thing, though. I remember that. And did I do this? Oh, CG with the Happy Christmas Eve from the Friends show. And let's see. And Reaction on Puerto Rico with the matching plane thing going on there. I don't know what that is. Is that an RC plane, though? Is that an actual... I wonder if that's an actual running RC plane. My SAL is a waitress, has been her whole life, and she's in her 50s, constantly cries about how she needs more money. She doesn't like the answer, make yourself more marketable and get a better job. I made great money when I was in food service. I mean, I could survive it. Oh, and Woo's here. What up, Woo? I just recommended Basil to somebody on the internet who's looking for good kosher places to eat in the Twin Cities. So I just want to let you know that. Good morning, PDawg. How about being so good at your job that your tips are money and someone in line hires you to work for them? Yeah, just, there's ways to make money in those kinds of jobs, or at least make connections those kind of jobs. It's just like, get a better job if it's not working out for you. So, all right, some headlines that I'll get through, and then I'll get to kind of the main topic, which I don't hope a lot about. Gold and silver prices reach new highs to reemerge as a hedge. Financial experts argue that gold and silver are once again obtaining their monetary value due to outsized fiscal deficits around the world. Yeah, you think? So a lot of people are talking about, look, but if they're at highs right now, is that really the best time to buy? I don't know. Anyway, also in Minnesota, some illegal aliens. Well, we don't know if it's illegals. This says illegal rams ICE agents. Some kind of protester to ICE raids. Rams ICE agents in Walls, Minnesota. Officer bitten, shots fired. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, a.k.a. ICE, officers engaged in a tense and physical altercation with Juan Carlos Rodriguez Romero, a Cuban illegal immigrant, as they attempted to take him into custody on Sunday. The encounter in St. Paul, Minnesota, started when agents spotted Romero entering a white SUV. An SUV. The encounter in officers initiated a lawful traffic stop, but Romero declined to lower his window. Agents informed him that they would break the glass if he did not follow instructions. Romero then accelerated away, hitting one of the officers during his escape attempt. Short pursuit followed, during which Romero entered a parking lot and deliberately collided with the ICE vehicle, injuring a second officer. The struck officer discharged 2 shots in self-defense. Though no one was struck by the gunfire, Romero proceeded to drive toward his apartment building, where he again rammed an ICE vehicle. He then left the SUV and tried to reach his residence on foot. Pursuing officers caught up to him and took him into custody. So, there have been a lot of here in Minnesota. The ICE raids are often met by community organizers who blow whistles and warn people and shit. And there has been some violence towards ICE agents, so that's not good news. By the way, thank you, Reaccion Puerto Rico, who says, never forget, that dude dressed like a cat makes your coffee and uses his hand to do it. Merry Christmas to all. By the way, our baby is due 7/22. Oh, congratulations! Congratulations, man! Awesome. His baby's due 7/22/26. Dude, so total congratulations. And obviously my best to you, my brother. All right. Also in Breitbart, DHS officials are now offering illegal immigrants a $3,000 holiday stipend for self-deportation. Apparently, between deportations and self-deportations, 2.5 million people who've crossed our border illegally have returned to somewhere else. The federal government is now offering a $3,000 holiday stipend to encourage illegal immigrants to self-deport over Christmas. The small expense is far less than the cost of chasing and deporting migrants, and it comes amid growing economic pressure on migrants who are losing jobs and housing amid President Donald Trump's enforcement of the nation's popular migration laws. Now that's interesting, because popular depends on who you ask. Sure, popular with me, yeah. Popular with these people out here ramming ICE vehicles with their cars, yeah, not so much. But you know. During the Christmas season, the U.S. taxpayer is generously tripling the incentive to leave voluntarily for those in this country illegally, offering a $3,000 exit bonus, but just until the end of the year. Said Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, illegal aliens should take advantage of this gift and self-deport, because if they don't, we will find them and we will arrest them and they will never return. Well, I'm curious about the process for self-deporting. And will that process keep them from re-importing, so to speak? But yeah, there's a program that they'll set you home and then pay them. Still shouldn't be paying them to self-deport, though. Avocado State Albany says. Yeah, we'll see what goes on there. But yeah, it's now the statement added self-deportation through CBP Home app. Oh, when they do it through the app is the best gift that an illegal alien can give themselves and their families in this holiday season. It's fast, free, and easy process. Just download the app, fill out your information, and the DHS will take care of the rest, including arranging and paying for your travel back home. Those illegal aliens who do not take advantage of the special offer have only one alternative. They will be arrested, deported, and they will never be able to return to the United States. Yeah, maybe that's the incentive. They will just come back and do it again to make even more money. Yeah, I worry about that. But the thing is, though, they get put in a database if they do it that way. So maybe they can't. It's a one-time offer. Yeah, they can lie about their name, maybe, but I just feel like maybe maybe it is a better way. It's cheaper to do it that way. Here, the man films himself self-deporting to avoid being picked up and deported by ICE. They make us feel unwelcome here. Yeah, you know, trespassers usually are unwelcome, sir. That's what my friend Cannon, y'all know Cannon Hotep, or you should if you don't. He doesn't call them illegal aliens. He doesn't call them border crossers. He calls them trespassers, because basically that's what they are. They're trespassers. Self-deport or be deported. The choice is yours. So there's some videos in there. We're going to skip them for now. Moving on. A massive. Now this is interesting. I have not heard of this. Apparently, there's a mayor in Massachusetts that requested a translator in a court hearing due to his poor English. Lawrence, Massachusetts, Mayor Brian DePena appeared in court on Friday, where he required a translator to participate in the proceedings at a Peace Officer Standards Training Commission proceeding on Friday. The hearing concerned former Lawrence Police Chief William Castro, a political ally of DePena, who was stripped of his policing credentials following an improper police chase. Castro was accused of driving the wrong way down a city street during a chase and filing a false police report claiming he was responding to an armed bank robbery when he had actually been responding to someone attempting to cash a bad check. DePena testified on Castro's behalf during the commissioner's proceeding, but it was the mayor's request to use a translator that drew significant attention.
So I'm advised by counsel for the respondent that they indeed encourage this and had substitution and have no objection and waive any objection they would have to the use of your services as a translator here. The division has a concern and
now look, this is one of those articles where I scratch my head, like, why is that happening? But the people in Lawrence, Massachusetts voted for this gentleman. I don't know if that says more about who that says more about. And we don't know if he's a good mayor or not, but that just seems weird that a mayor in the United States, you'd be elected mayor and not be able to have a good hold on the English language. I'm just sorry. That's just weird. So why is she dressed like a pilgrim? Oh, I don't think she's not dressed like a pilgrim. Is she? Oh, kind of. I guess she kind of is. Maybe that's a Massachusetts thing. I don't know. So anyway, that's a weird thing that's going on. And then also, by the way, there's some new docs revealing shocking lengths Obama and Biden went to protect Hillary Clinton and get Trump. The Obama and Biden administration prevented agents from investigating Hillary Clinton from reviewing some eight thumb drives of intel based on purported concerns over executive and congressional privilege. Newly released documents reveal this reality renders last month's revelation that the Biden administration approved Special Counsel Jack Smith's subpoenaing of congressional Republican toll records even more appalling, and that the Democrats' weaponization of the criminal justice system even more obvious and outrageous. Last week, Senator Chuck Grassley from Iowa released another tranche of documents he obtained through his relentless efforts to expose the weaponization of the Department of Justice, with whistleblowers feeding Grassley specific of the deep state nefarious doings. The Iowa Republican knew precisely which documents to request, as shown by the details contained in the nearly 100 pages of emails and timelines released 1 week ago. Those documents exposed efforts by the Obama administration and the DOJ and FBI holdovers under Trump 1.0, the first term, to obstruct the investigation into the Clinton Foundation. So it goes on and on about that. Just more fuel to the fire that the Justice Department was being weaponized under Barack Obama. Yeah, there goes that again. Let's see here. Maniac Man, I used to have to live in this leftard state. Yes, I live in Massachusetts. Lawrence is a rich area. That's not a surprise. Yeah, it's funny how the more affluent are more willing to deal with that, I guess. I don't know. It's just weird to me. All right, let's see. And they're still talking about the measles. And boy, oh boy, I am so tired of hearing about the measles, and I laugh every time I see someone on X or on, TikTok or Instagram or whatever, making the claim that, well, this is what happens when you elect a vaccine denier, Robert F. Kennedy, to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Like, clearly this is his fault. And I keep having to tell people, there's not a single person who was born this year that would have had a measles shot yet, because you don't get it until 12 to 15 months, dummy. And the average age of the person getting the measles, even though, what do they say, like 90 or 88% of them who have gotten the measles are not vaccinated, which means 12% are. But since the average age is 12 years old, all the people who are unvaccinated that are getting the measles now didn't get them during the Obama administration. So shut the fuck up. Unless they have a time machine that said Bobby Kennedy went back and told all those people not to get vaccinated, then it cannot be his fault whatsoever. But as I scroll through this, everywhere I go, in 2025, America saw the highest numbers of measles cases in over 30 years. That's just a preview of what's to come as RFK Jr. continues his rollback of the vaccine guides. Well, maybe they're just, I don't know about rolling back the vaccine guides. They always talk about how the health outcomes in the United States are so much worse than they are in Europe, where they have universal health care or, government health care. Well, we have way more vaccinations than they do in Europe too, though. So if their health care is so much better, why are we getting like almost 3 times the number of vaccinations in our children? Because Pfizer is selling vaccinations. That's why. Do they need that many? Now, granted, and again, a lot of these diseases, I'm not an anti-vaccine, by the way. I think that the MMR vaccine is very important for children. There's a couple others that are very important, and some that should be optional. But whatever. I'm pro-vaccine. I think kids should get their vaccines, and it's saved a lot of people. It's saved a lot of people from going through certain diseases and whatnot. But it's not like all these diseases are deadly diseases. Like measles, it's extremely rare for someone to die from the measles. But someone here. Now here's amused. Now another take on this is this is kind of a pro-administration person. Despite years of unprecedented legal and illegal migration, the U.S. has measles under control compared to our peer nations, because it's not just happening in the U.S. It's happening in Canada. It's happening in Mexico. It's happening in Europe. There's more measles cases everywhere. And in fact, Canada has 3 times as many measles cases with 1/9 of the population we have. And even with their universal health care, their vaccination rate's only about 80% versus 96%. Well, it's dropped to 93%, but 93% here versus 80% in Canada. So there are 3 times as many cases with 1/9 the population. Probably says it's happening more than just in the United States. And I don't think RFK Jr. has anything to do with what's going on in Canada. Or in Mexico, where they have like 6,000 cases, 250 deaths to our 2, with 1/3 of the population. So as far as from a proportional standpoint, they're having 9 times as many cases. So do the math and realize it's not just the U.S. and it has nothing to do with RFK Jr. But anyway, let me read this now that I went on this tangent. The U.S. has measles under control compared to the peer nations. Canada now has nearly 20 times the U.S. case rate. Now when they say rate, now that's interesting. That's a good way to put it, because they have 3 times as many cases with 1/9 the population. So yeah, it is nearly 20 times the case rate. While the UK has roughly triple the case rate. Vaccine hesitancy driven by exposed COVID falsehoods is hitting countries that never rebuilt trust. The Trump administration focused on the transparency and accountability of stabilizing public health without panic or force. The U.S. has had just 222 measles hospitalizations and a 5.8 per million rate. Transparency is outperforming mandates. Yes, it is. So all these, but again, as you scroll down, I'll find people who are saying, oh, this has something to do with Trump. Here it is. Measles has been eliminated in the U.S., yet cases spreading around the country. The worsening outbreak is a predictable result of the disinformation and anti-vaccine conspiracy spread by the Trump administration. Again, they would have had to spread those anti-vaccine and conspiracies and disinformation 12 years ago for the average person to be affected by it. It's not a result of anything this administration does, because no one born in the years of this administration would have even had an MMR shot yet, let alone have anything to do with disinformation or anti-vaccine conspiracies. So kindly shut your cake hole. I said that yesterday, didn't I? So anyway, you got it. But yeah, so many people are in here saying, yeah, oh, this is certainly the RFK Jr.'s fault that there's all these measles cases. Again, none of these people would have been vaccinated during this Trump administration. This RFK Jr. under RFK Jr. All right, now let's see. Oh shit, I'm out of time here. We'll talk about this more tomorrow when I get more information. By the way, Nicki Minaj is just getting excoriated by the usual suspects for being at that America Fest thing. You can scroll through this and see how people are ripping her to shreds. But you know what? She don't give a shit. She don't give a shit. She even said while she was there, "Oh, you get a lot of criticism." Oh, I am? I can't hear it. Now, we're going to, over the next 24 hours to 48 hours, probably the whole next 30 days to the rest of the year, we're going to hear a lot about Epstein's. Apparently, a lot of these Epstein files have, the Epstein file documents have been being distributed for some means. Some of it's being distributed by the Department of Justice. Some of it's has been redacted, but they used Adobe Acrobat where you can remove the redactions, and the left is having a field day with it, making claims about Trump. Now, it's interesting because, and there's some photos, there's all kinds of stuff going on. I will go into it deeper tomorrow. But the interesting thing is the Department of Justice put out a statement that is saying that some of the things in these files, they're releasing them all in here. Here's the Justice Department thing. U.S. Department of Justice released its third batch of Epstein files, including emails, flight logs, and redacted records referencing figures like former President Donald Trump, as a part of a congressional transparency push that began in December 19th. No new client list appeared, but the files reignited anger about Epstein's sex trafficking of underage girls, his 2008 conviction, and his 2019 jail death. Online discussions veered into heated exchanges, with posts drawing parallels between Epstein and religious figures like Islam's Prophet Muhammad or biblical King Solomon, prompting accusations of anti-Semitism and debates over media double standards, though Epstein had no public ties to observant Judaism, which is that weird. It went to that in that stretch. But some of the documents seem to implicate Trump. The Justice Department says a lot of these documents were added to this in 2020. Interesting. So we're going to get into that. We'll get into that more tomorrow. And they're arguing about whether no Muslims in the Epstein files. But there are some things in there that, wait, where's some, hang on a second here. I'm going to make a separate page of this. We'll look at this again tomorrow. But hey, what do I want out of this? What do I want out of this? Out of this whole Epstein affair? Oops. Perp walks. That's all I care about. And if it ends up including the president, so be it. I don't care who it is. Perp walks is all I want to see. There is one document that someone shared that has 10 people who might have been involved with it. Very wealthy, fucking degenerate motherfuckers. If it's all true, I want them all in jail. That's what I want, and that's the only thing that's important about it. So, What do you want? Your MTV? Yeah, I want my MTV. No, I want perp walks. So why would Muslim pay? Why would Muslims pay Epstein? They have kids at home. Oh shit. But some very rich and powerful people are getting away with some shit here. Oh, and there's still talk of that it might be some intelligence operation involved. So, but I'm out of time, so I can't get into it today. I'm sorry about that. We'll have some details and we'll have details and speculation tomorrow about that because it's hitting the fan as we speak. So, that's going to be it for today, guys. Let me drop these links and we're out of here. And it is very unlikely, by the way, that I will stream Christmas Day. Definitely streaming tomorrow. But there's a possibility I'll stream Christmas Day. I just don't know what time. It probably won't be in the morning because we're going to go hang out with my daughter for part of Christmas Day. And then we might go to the Vikings football game. My wife's a big Snoop Dogg fan. And we've been talking about, we unfortunately, we had tickets to go see Snoop at one of the casinos like up north of here, up near Hinckley, Minnesota. Paid a shit ton of money for them and completely forgot to go because my son was coming in town and we got so excited that our son was coming in town, we forgot to go. That was $750 down the drain because my wife bought very expensive tickets to that show and we done fucked up. We forgot the date. Honest, I would see Creed before Snoop Dogg. I would see either one. Look, I don't know why. It wasn't my thing. It's her thing. She's really into it, and so I was like, what the hell? I've actually never been to a rap concert. I've been to tons of music, like just regular music concerts, but I've never been to a rap concert. Is anyone here? Any of you guys ever been to a rap concert? As I put the links in the chat, there's the links for today. I'll drop them in the the description too. Anyone here been to a rap concert? Oh wait, that's not true. I actually have been to one. It was a local kid who played basketball with my son when he was younger, and he's starting to get a career. So but that was just like a little venue. I've never been to a big name rap concert. Trying to think what the last concert I went to was. Oh, geez, that's hard to think. Oh, we went to what did we go to? I can't remember. We'll talk about concerts tomorrow. How about that? I'm going to try to keep it light tomorrow because it's Christmas Eve anyway. But that's it. I got to go. Thanks, everybody, for joining me on the Morning Night Live. I'm here Monday through Friday, just around 10 o'clock Eastern, or a little later most days. But if you like what we do, hit the like button, share the stream, throw some money in the tip jar once in a while, and all that shit. Thanks for joining us. Nice to have you here. My name's PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Love ya. Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.